What do struggling artists and art studios and scammers have in common? Well, in the first one, we'll say it's usually called scrappiness or strategy and tactics. For scammers, on the other hand, maybe we'll call it a hustle or a con. But sometimes those two circles on the Venn diagram overlap just a little bit. The difference is the goal. So there's this great story that Cartoon Brew posted recently about the early days of Filmation, the animation studio. And if you don't know who Filmation is, they did He-Man, they did Superman, Batman, all those 70s and 80s, a lot of those cartoons. So at the beginning, it was barely a studio. They had a handful of guys. I think there were 3 people initially. They were getting by on small jobs like commercials, looking for an opportunity to prove what they could do. So the folks that owned Superman came calling. And this is key. Filmation just wasn't looking for money. They were looking for an opportunity to get into the business. So when the offer to do the animated Superman cartoon came in, they had to figure out how they could show that they could handle the workload. So the execs were going to come in, they were going to tour their studio, and the problem was they had a lot of space, but no real animators. So how do you fix that problem? With a little bit of tactics, strategy, and scrappiness. So they bring their friends and family in, sat them down, told them how an animator would flip pages back and forth back in the day when it was all hand-drawn, and they staged this whole scene. Long story short, they got the job and eventually became one of the biggest animation studios of the time. So the scammers, in general, today, employ the same kind of tactics, but the goals are different. They're not looking to provide anything of value in return. They're trying to make money and then move on to the next opportunity to make money without doing any work. So this is the lesson I think we can get from this. On the one hand, you have to be smart to sell yourself and your business. You have to instill trust. People do promo work ahead of a campaign to get the campaign funded and then do the project, and that's a legit means of doing business in this day and age of crowdfunding, for example. But, and this is a big caveat, if circumstances beyond your control come about, and eventually they will, and you can't finish the job, or at least not finish the job on time, it could be sickness, it could be all kinds of things, people that you're dealing with, suppliers, it could be all sorts of different reasons. The danger is you might look like a scammer. So it's a gamble, but sometimes gambles pay off. So, have you ever pulled off anything like this? Not as a scammer. I don't want to hear from you. But give me some examples of this type of thing. Have any of you actually done something on a smaller scale, maybe like this, and it paid off? Or did you try and fail and come across looking maybe not so great? It happens to everybody from time to time. But I would be interested to know what sort of experience you guys have as artists and creators in trying to get your foot in the door and prove that you can do a job. Let me know in the comments. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you next time. Be good.